Hey y'all, it's me, Marie, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my channel if you are new. Just thinking about it, because I was about to say this is my very first art video, but it's not. It's my second. Almost 2 years ago, I just redid my City Girls art. If you want to look at that video, I'll have it up here at the top, where you're able to just click it, or I'll also put it in the description box for those who actually need to watch it. And if I keep looking down, I have notes with me to make sure I don't miss anything in this video. But in today's video, we are going to be using my 101 e-guide. If not already familiar with it, this e-guide is a digital ebook where you are able to purchase on my website. And it basically gets into depth, not too much in depth because it's really not that long. It is 24 pages long. An example, making sure your brush size is correct. The reason I like to tell people, okay, my e-guide is like one of the best that will actually help you achieve the eyelash that you're drawing, is because not only are you able to read detail for detail from each page, also have screenshots, also have references, also have worksheets in between each chapter. And for the eyelashes, I also have e-maps. And you know, people do like e-mapping for the real life eyelash, like when you're doing like, I created a digital eyelash e-map, so that way, when you're drawing, I have to map the eye out to create the eyelash. It's dope, y'all, like I'm telling you. So in this video, we're going to get into it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do the whole ebook in this video, not because I don't want to, but because I don't want this video to be extremely long. I want it to be straight to the point. So let's stop, all the da-da-da, and go ahead and start showing you guys, like, what you really came here to see. You want to learn a lot from this guide. So in today's video, this is what we're going to cover. Your brush size matters. I'm going to briefly go over the introduction, of course. Your brush size matters. It's one of the main things I want to go over. We also skipped to chapter 4, and I'm going to do that classic lashes. And then in that chapter, it will be worksheet included. And in that worksheet, we're going to go ahead and go over it a little bit. We won't do the whole worksheet because it is made to do a lot on your own time, but we'll get there. And then I would say we would do volume and mega volume lashes, but it's basically just doubling the classic lashes. And my technique when it comes to creating the classic lashes, then volume and mega volume is so easy. We're going to go ahead and we won't do bottom lashes in today's video. I think I'm going to create a whole new video. I'm using my e-guide to create bottom lashes, so be on the lookout for that. And we're going to just go through the add highlights chapter. Your brush size matters. Regardless of whatever application you are using, make sure your brush has a thin starting and ending tip. This will help you gain the illusion of an actual eyelash. And as you can see on this picture here, which I'll make bigger on the screen, I'm going to zoom in as well. Right. So I found this picture on Google. It's an actual eyelash photo from Google. And as you can see, when you look at the real photo of an eyelash, you see at this part here, like at this right here, how it's a little thicker at the line. So I'm looking at the detail. When you're an artist and when you're creating art, you have to be detail oriented. Just a teensy bit if you don't want to go all the way. And so when you're creating that outline, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up so I can draw on here. When you're creating eyelash, you see how it's eyelash at the end, how it's way thinner at the end. You see that? How it's so thin at the end? You see that? And like it disappears. And then at the root, they're so thick, like right up in there. You kind of see that? See how thick that is? Like, so just think about that. When you're creating an eyelash, why would your mind look something like that? Why would these be your eyelash strokes? Come on, why would these lines be eyelash strokes versus to how thin? So, for example, I want to create an eyelash to try to blend in with this. Look at this. I couldn't, and with Photoshop, people Photoshop is a form of digital art, okay? Photoshop is a form of digital art. So when you think about it this way, you realize, okay, so people Photoshop, imagine they went in Photoshopping these lashes and all the harsh lines look like that. That's so easy to point out, you know? So just thinking about it. You notice that eyelashes start off thick at the base and come thinner at the ends. This is the look we want to achieve. When drawing, this is how your lashes stroke should look right here and not like this. See this again, how thick it is, like this, it's thick things. So what you want to do is just go into the settings of whatever brush you're using and then it out. You guys get a little bit more depth into how to do that per application. If you're using Procreate, check and see if your brush settings is accurate. You want to play with your brush falling off setting. The higher your fall off percent is, the thinner your brush becomes. So if you're familiar with Procreate, you know that is fall off. So once you bring that fall off down on the stroke property on in Procreate, it typically makes it thinner, and that is the perfect brush to draw an eyelash. So my guy just gets a little bit into depth on how to, you know, get that fall off setting in Procreate and other applications as well. Application we're using to guide us through this e-guide today. So once we actually get into depth or get hands on, I'm going to be using Procreate. So there we go. All right, so you're going to need access to the digital worksheet for this part of the course, which will all be part of the. As you can see, I made a mapping for the classic eyelashes, going based off this reference photo right here. Classic eyelashes are very thin, and then volume lashes are a little thicker, and mega volume are very thick and full. Hybrid lashes are just very similar to volume to me, but not quite, so I didn't really want to go through hybrid lashes in this course. This chart, you see, like you have purple, we have purple, red, and blue. The purple lash strokes are for natural lashes for 2 to 3 layers, and then the red lines are basically filling in those purple strokes. So once you do the purple lines and get that natural short, like, you know, lashes, which I'm going to show you, you're going to then go in with the red, filling in the shorter red lines, and that would be about 1 to 2 layers. And then after that, it will look thicker, like you have like wait, put this on a charger, like you have a like you will see it'll be like you ever went to want to get a lash lift, so like they have natural short thick lashes. That's what it will look like by the time you're on red, filling in the shorter red lines. So then that's when you go into the color blue. Blue is going to be the longer strokes for the longer lashes that you're drawing. That will be about 2 to 4 layers, depending on how thick you're getting your lashes. And we're working with classic, so we're only going to do about 2 layers. But if we were working with hybrid, we'd probably go up a layer, and then mega volume about 4 or 5 layers. So you know, you get the picture. So purple are the shorter lash strokes, and those are the natural lashes, and you're going to use that as like the short base. So when you're going in and creating your lashes, so we're going to go ahead and open up Procreate, showing an example. When you're going to open up Procreate for classic, we're going to go here, and then you go to Procreate. We're going to work on, once again, the shorter strokes. So you're going to just go in with those short strokes, and they're just like those shorter strokes like that. You see how thin and little those look? You're just going in and just you see how thin and slow those strokes are. Okay, and you're gonna go stroke. And this is how you would do it on Procreate. When I was talking about the fall off. See how thin that gets, and just click done. And then that just makes the lash strokes like way thinner. Y'all see that? Those are the big, those, you see. that natural short lashes, and you would just like go all the way across with them. And we're going to stop about right there. So, okay, and then we're going to go back here. So we're done with the purple shorter lash strokes, which are like that natural look. Red is not filling in the shorter lines. Once again, we're going for the classic look. And as you can see, this is the way classic lashes are supposed to look. So, you realize they were pretty thin, and I kind of went a little too thick as if I'm going in for Mega Volume. These are like more like I just went in for 3 layers, and it's supposed to be 2 to 3 layers. I went in too fast. So we're gonna go back and just erase that. Went in way too fast to be doing classic lashes. For the lines to be that close together and that thick, it looks like I'm working towards a Mega Volume lash. And that's not what I'm going for. So if you're doing classic, you're gonna need like more like spread out strokes. You know? Spread out. Spread out strokes. Okay. Like that for classic. Really thin lashes. And that's where your purple lines are for classic lashes. You see how thin that are compared to what I had at first? Way too thick. You would have not got the classic thin lashes, you know, with those lines. So going in now, we're going to be filling in these shorter lines so that way we can get classic. So if you go back up to the look, classic, you see how thin these are? So we're going to be filling in, if we're going to be filling in these lines, how are we going to fill these in to look like this? Well, you see what classic lashes, look at the base, how I was showing you back in the beginning. You see how thick it looks here? Right up in there at the bottom, like around like there. Meaning now you're not going to be drawing nothing connected up here. It's only going to be lines connected here at the bottom. We're not even going to make lines that thick until we get to blue. We're in red. So now we're in red. So now you're looking like, okay, it needs to be a little thicker at the root then. Little thicker at the root. Little thicker at the root. Like that. And I literally only just did 1 layer. You see where the idea is starting to go now? Okay, so now let's go back down to our instructions. Blue, longer strokes for longer lashes. So the longer lashes is now what we're going to work on with blue. So now that's when you're going to go in with the longer ones like this. You see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? Like, and he's going to go in with the longer stroke, just connect those dots. It's like connecting the dots a little, okay? Yeah. So now I followed that mapping from purple, red to blue. As you can see, I literally just created a classic lash. Adding highlights to your lashes. Now that you've achieved how to draw the base of your lashes, it is now time to learn to draw the best part, the details. To demonstrate highlighting, we're going to do Mega Volume in the workbook, but we're going to be using my classic lash that I made today to achieve the highlight. I'm going to use light and long brush strokes to achieve the highlights. Definitely recommend using colors like white and or gray. You're going to follow the same lash map used to draw the base of the lashes. So for an example, when you're drawing the highlights, you're just going to follow through that line. So go ahead and draw a new layer, highlight, and when you're drawing the highlight, it just be like this. Okay. And when you're going to the highlight, it would just be going over those strokes, you created. And when you're creating mega volume is like thicker lashes or just thicker lashes in general. You just notice how blocked up it looks, and you really don't want that. So when you create those lash strokes, it help break up the thickness, the harshness up in here. So those lash strokes just kind of help it look a little bit more detailed, like. And when you do that, you usually just go in and then you can turn down the depending on what kind of art project you're working on, you could turn down the layer and turn down the opacity on the layer and bring it down because it may be a little bit too light. It does get to detail with telling you how to when I say it, my e-guide definitely gets to detail on showing you how to draw layer by layer, also with those highlights. For an example here, you want to draw a second after you draw like the first layer of the highlight, and you're going to draw a second layer. The strokes will be heavier strokes this time. You're going to draw a second layer after you create the first layer and turn down the opacity if you would have liked. The strokes will be heavier strokes on the second go around when you're creating lashes. Like mega volume, for an example, you don't have to go in for a second go around when you are doing classic. It is never the same, okay? When you're creating them highlights, just remember to create dancing strokes. And when I say that, dancing strokes, as you can see here on this map, you have some that's you see how there's like here, the other here, like here. Then perfect example, how you have like this going here, but then you also have that line going down there because the lashes all go the same direction. Lashes don't go the same direction. So create those dancing strokes. And like once again, you're going to turn the opacity down in between 20 to 25%. Your outcome should look something like that. It shouldn't be too light, depending on what look you're going for. I just recommend to always turn down the opacity if you're going for more like the realism aspect. I specialize in realism art, and if you're going towards more realism side, you don't want any of your highlights to be too bright unless you're going for a studio like cartoon look. So yeah. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This video, like I said, was way overdue. I definitely been supposed to have came and make this video in regards to my ebook, because I dropped this ebook almost not quite 2 years ago. Just really know that my viewers are going to get the best out of this ebook, and I am excited for when you guys give me your feedback, your insight, what you feel, what you think, what you see, whatever. I just love it. I love to see it. I once again was not able, because I don't want this video to be extremely long, to put this whole e-guide in this video. If you would like to get some more depth with my e-guide, it is definitely available on my website. Here's my link tree. You can go to my link tree and it will be one of the options in my link tree. You can purchase it there. And from anyone who comes on this video, I am going to give you a discount and go ahead and just give you 25% off of my ebook. So here's the code. Once again, I really do thank you guys for tuning in today. If you have made it this far, go ahead and follow me on all of my social media. This is my personal page, and this is my art page as well, at Real Niche and at TwentyArtiist. I will be over there when you don't see me over here. And if you just have any questions and or concerns, feel free to shoot me a DM, anything. just reach out. I am here. Once again, it was a pleasure. I will see y'all guys in the next one. Continue to be blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe. How did I forget to say that? Like, comment, and subscribe if you already have it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Do what you want.